So there's a fair amount of black bits on these guys, with the bayonet, the shoes, the hat, the backpack, the bullet package, whatever it is. So yeah, there's a fair amount. So basically all I've got to get left to do is grey for the bedroll and the trousers, do the musket, do a bit of dry brushing of silver on the bayonets, and we're nearly there. Oh, and the pom-pom, whatever we're going to call it. One point I just want to make about the officer that you get with this set, he's got a pretty dramatic sword with him. Out of all the 172 Napoleonic figures, this is a nice sword. It's, long enough, it's sharp enough. It's a shame there isn't a bit more of that in this scale. I mean, if I just bring up the hat, guys, you'll see what I mean. So there you go. I mean, the guy standing up is just pathetic, really. It's a lovely figure, and it's really let down by the length of his sword. The guy sat down on the horse, not bad length. I really should not have put that arm on the standing guy, and just put another holding the sword against the shoulder like the mounted officer. And I think I must have just got in a rush, but it's, much as I love hat, it's not a great arm, that one. It really isn't. And I have in the past got rid of the sword altogether and just produced one of my own to make it look longer. So there you go. There's the pitfalls with those ones. So yeah, why couldn't I have done it with these guys? It might have been nice to get one of these Airfix mounted officers and cut the arm off and put it on the hat guy, which would have been an option. Maybe I'll do that in future, but bear that in mind. This arm is pretty naff. So that's all the black bits done, and there are quite a lot of them. You've got the hat, the bayonet, pouch, haversack, and the shoes, and in some cases the hair. If you can make this out, I think you should be able to. I've done sideburns on some of these guys, which I think always really looks good on a figure. I'm not necessarily going to do it on all of them. I'm going to do different hair colours as well, but just to show you for clarity, these are the ones with black hair, which will be easier to make out on a small screen. So yeah, I think it really enhances the figure by doing those. And you do need a fairly steady hand to do it, but quick flick of the brush and on they go. So now I think I shall get cracking on with the dry brushing and then do the grey trousers. So I've done the grey bits on the figures now, and so that was the trousers and what they are, they're actually great coats apparently on the top of the backpacks. And while I was looking in my box of Airfix Napoleonic British soldiers, I found this lovely little complimentary note from one of the guys who sent some to me, which is my mate James Macmillan. And first of all, he's got my name wrong. Nice one, Jamesy. And this also dates it and also shows his opinion of Airfix figures. Funny little note. There's a lot of love in there, but he's not a big fan, is he? And he's certainly not a big fan of the England team. So this dates it to when he sent it to me, this was in the middle of the World Cup in Russia, which of course Scotland didn't qualify for, as usual. So a nice one. He doesn't get the irony that his national team weren't even there. Clutching at straws, Jamesy, clutching at straws. And 3 little kisses on the end. Maybe he's wearing his skirt at the time. I just thought I'd share that one with you. So let's carry on. So there's a fair amount of white work to be done. They've got straps leading to the backpacks around their sides and over the shoulders and down the backpacks as well. and I've done the cuffs and the epaulets because I've just about decided what colour the facings are going to be. I think I'll do these as the buffs. So, you know, it's going to have to go on top of white anyway, no matter what colour the cuffs are, because otherwise it just doesn't come out as well. Or you end up having to do two coats, so I'll always paint the cuffs white. One criticism I will have of these figures is that the collars are extremely thin and hardly there at all, really. They are on some of the poses in this particular set, but on these particular ones, these two poses, it's barely visible. So it makes you wonder whether it's even worth trying. I mean, I may well have a go, but it'll probably mean I've got to retouch a lot of the figures with red again when I've done it. So maybe buff is a decent idea to do because it's quite pale, so I won't have to do white and then red on top of it. So that's what I'm going to attempt. So I've finished dry brushing all the bayonets and painting a thin strip of silver paint as the musket barrels. So that leaves me with the tufts on the hats, shakos, and the little bags that they're carrying around their waists, and the water bottle and the facings. So what I'll probably do is the bags and the water bottles next, so two separate little paint jobs, and then the final one will be the tufts and the facings. I don't see the point in doing 4 videos of each stage for that. I'm just letting you know in advance. So that's what I'm going to get on with this evening. Well, I just decided to finish them off in the end because there's only a few little bits left to do. So I did the water bottles, the buff epaulets facings, little gold badge on the little black pouch they've got, and a buff, again, coloured knapsack type thing, and finished off the muskets. So that's it, basically, they are done. Oh yes, I also put a silver chain round the shako and a gold badge in the centre. If you can make that out. So yeah, so that's them done. So I've just got to base them now and do a final shot of them in action.